The bowling performance that RCB had been looking for all season finally came today, on a day that they were playing a do-or-die game against the Mumbai Indians, and boy, these boys really stepped up and delivered. I'm Gaurav Kapoor on Cricket Buzz Live. I will also try to stand up and sit down and deliver. I have Zahir Khan and Joy Bhattacharya here with me. Zahir is also used to standing up and delivering, but now he sits and delivers as well. But talking about the bowling, Zach, this is a super impressive bowling effort by RCB.
We spoke about the intent. I think that was very, very evident and visible. I think the want to do well and sticking to the processes was the key. And Saudi provided that spark. I think that first wicket of Ishan Kishan really set the tone. They were using the lengths well. I think there was simplicity in terms of planning.
Nice.
And execution was spot on. We've seen with the Sunrisers Hyderabad that they've been keeping the plans simple, going in with a simple plans and clear thought process. The execution then becomes flawless. And I think that's something which was very, very evident from RCB today. I think the intent, the intensity was created by the bowlers, and then the fielding just kind of supports.
The run out.
Yeah, the key.
Umesh loves getting run out, doesn't he?
He's a great athlete. I think his ability in the outfield is a fantastic runner, and overall I think because he's bowling well, that kind of lifts you up overall. I think in your game. So that's something which is going to be the key. And I think you look at the intent of all the bowlers. I think that was very, very kind of standing apart point. I think it was needed for RCB. They kind of wrapped up the game by creating that pressure situation of taking 3 wickets. Then after that it was always going to be a catch-up game. I felt that 16-over mark, the game was nicely set up.
So here's what you had said. You had said with 4 overs left, if it's between 40 and 50 to win, MI would feel that they're in a good position. But here as well, when we were watching the game, Zach said, see, it's come down to under 50, but too few wickets in hand.
Exactly. I think they lost. The key is Pollard not firing. I think this season.
Yeah.
That's something which is hampering Mumbai quite a lot, because they've been relying on him in terms of getting the games out of those situations, and particularly when Rohit Sharma has not fired, they needed someone to step up. I think JP Duminy showed those kind of signs, but Pollard needed to capitalize, and he just somehow not looking in form. I think his footwork is not there. You saw him getting out, just kind of chasing the ball down to the slip cordon. Which is something which shows that his footwork is not there. He's not getting in good positions, and that's he need to figure out quickly. I think he had the opportunity today. I think
it's perfectly set up,
which was I think came earlier than what he expected. He should have capitalized on that, but today was not his day.
Joy, there is no taking away from the fact that Pollard's an IPL legend. He's an MI legend. His age, we just checked online, says that he's 30.
Yeah, that's.
Is he from Punjab?
That's Punjab, Pakistan 30.
Yeah.
PP 30.
PP 30 है ये. तो 6-7 साल जोड़ लो इस 30 में. But the fact is, the other truth also is that this IPL, we are seeing a shadow of that Pollard.
True. I just want to go back. The other interesting thing about this bowling effort by RCB is the spinners didn't get wickets. On a pitch which actually favored spinners, and Chahal bowled well, but sometimes he just spun the ball too much, and they saw Chahal. Chahal didn't get them wickets. Washington Sundar wasn't useful. He just went for 1 over, and Hardik Pandya went after him, and they couldn't.
Can I just, Joy, take your attention to the dot balls? 14 dot balls by Chahal, 14 dot balls by Saudi. Gold when you're defending 167.
I think in that situation, Chahal did the job.
No, he did very well.
The wickets were taken up front. So once we create that kind of scenario up front in the middle overs, even if you don't pick up wickets, and also intent from Mumbai batsmen at that time was to save wickets. So they were not taking many risks. If they had wickets in hand, they would have tried to put pressure on Chahal. But today was not going to be those kind of days, because 3 wickets when you lose up front, you always as a batting unit looking to build that partnership, seeing that phase through, and kind of stacking the game up in such a way that last 4 overs they required 45.
No, absolutely, I agree. My thing was that if you see, there were about 10 to 11 overs of spin bowled by Mumbai on a pitch that favored spin. Really, these guys had 2 spinners. They didn't even have a luxury of a 3rd spinner. They bowled 5 overs of spin. That's all they had because Shundar got hit, didn't bowl. So really, their fast men did the job, and that's also amazing.
Yeah. And the great thing with Saudi is, remember we were talking about that there's lack of variation of pace. That's that little off cutter almost that got Hardik out, right? There was just no pace on the ball. He just couldn't hit it anywhere. The guy was on 50. He was well set. And if that would have gone, well, you never know. But Saudi turned out to be absolute gold. Bowled 14 dot balls again out of his 24 on a Chinnaswamy pitch that actually was favouring spin. Let's have a look at the summary. Yes, Joy.
No, I'm just saying, Saudi will play well in Bangalore and Chennai.
No, you can't use my bad joke back against me and expect praise. No, you can't.
Sorry. Just had to do
He's a Saudi. See, this is the problem. When an intellectual says it, people go, wow. If I would have said it, they said street humor. Anyway, let's have a look at the summary of the game. Remember, it was Rohit Sharma who won the toss and told Virat that they had to go bat first. They got to 167. Now, when you look at that last over that Grandhome played, 24 runs. What a game changer that has been, Joy. They were looking like they'll fall short of 150. Suddenly, he takes them to 167. And what do you know? Bob's your uncle.
14 runs. That and there was a fantastic save in the boundary, if you remember.
Yeah.
When the ball
and the 3 overs which he bowled. I think he had an overall good impact on the game. I think Grandhome, when you look at it, scored those valuable runs. When Washington Sundar went for those runs, Virat threw the ball to Grandhome, and I think he responded beautifully. Yes, last over he went for few, but I think that's the way game goes. But at that point of time in the game situation, Virat needed someone to just step up, and I think Grandhome did the job for him, and that's why we keep talking about having that 6th bowling option in the side is very crucial, because if someone has an off day like which Washington Sundar had today, and it's purely because of the situation of the game. Hardik Pandya was batting there. It was always going to be difficult. He's a great player of spin, and at that point it was just perfect. He would have taken him on. In that particular situation, if he had bowled 2nd overs, the situation of the game would have changed. So that particular time, I think Virat made some sensible calls today on the field, which really set the game up well for RCB.
There was Hardik Pandya, of course, sort of the lone warrior for Mumbai Indians, with the bat, with the ball in the field. He bowled his 3 overs for 28 and got 3 wickets. Actually, he was expensive. Remember that the first over that he bowled went for 20. So that means he's bowled 2 overs for 8 runs after that and taken 3 wickets. Brilliant comeback for a bowler. A bowler who's not been having a very good IPL. A player who's not been having a very good IPL. Then responded with a bat as well. Got his half century of 42 balls. Of course, he could have used a lot more help.
I see this match as a tale of 2 18th overs.
Yeah.
Their 18th over, Hardik Pandya took 3 wickets, and I think they gave away only a single run.
2 runs.
Really restricted them, and then they had needed some magic in the last 2 balls. This 18th over, remember, there were 35 in 3 overs is not a bad target to chase. Suddenly it became 30 in 2. That's what changed it. The 18th over of Saudi, that 5-run over was the game changer. Because 35 of 3, you look at these 2 guys, Hardik playing, both of them reasonably set. You'd say, boss, एक लग गया ना 1-6, 1-4, it's over.
By the way, I have to admit also, see, we celebrate when we get calls right. We also admit when we get them slightly wrong, even if you haven't seen them. When we were sitting there, we all said 17th and 19th should be Saudi, right? We all thought 17th and 19th should be Saudi. They went with 18th to Saudi, and that turned out to be a game-changing over, right? See, फिर बाद में मत बोलना, we are not honest. We are very honest. जब चोरी नहीं भी पकड़ी जाती तो हम पकड़वा देते हैं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं. So of course it was Hardik. We'll just have a look at the summary scorecard again, because we want to point out a few things. There was a Brendan McCullum innings that was fantastic. Now remember, he came at number 3 over here, not at his usual opening position. He didn't play a single ball in the power play, yet he got to 37 or 25. That he got unfortunately run out at that point in time. Otherwise he was looking in ominous form. Good for them to have Manan Vora batting good at the top of the innings as well, getting 45-31. Now, they've got Grandhome to fill in that all-round option. He's done that well. But again, I foresee a problem in the next RCB game is who are they opening with? Because de Kock did get a little stuck today. So who are they opening with now next time?
They'll continue with the same opening.
No, because AB will come back, right? So AB comes back.
So I think when
so AB comes to McCullum?
I think so.
Wow, so not for Quinton. Interesting, because then you'll have to.
They don't have other choice, because Quinton de Kock is going to keep.
Yeah.
So you cannot let go of him.
Yeah.
So you have to have someone who is replacing in the middle order.
And today that
Virat will come at number 3.
The Rohit dismissal caught Quinton, bowled Umesh. That wicket is as much Quinton's as it is Umesh's, right?
Yeah.
Not only the catch, but also he said we have to
take the review.
Adamant to review it.
Yeah, he went for the review. But see, you can do one more thing. You can take Parthiv. Okay, you can take Parthiv in, replace Washington Sundar with him. Okay, then do the AB swap.
Yeah.
For de Kock. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
that brings too many changes. So that's
two changes. Two changes, but then you're bowling with only 5 overs. You're counting Grandhomme as a full bowler then.
You'll have to count Grandhomme as a full bowler, because my problem is that in this kind of form, I mean, AB also, I'll tell you one thing. You see Virat as a person, okay? He likes people like Brendan on the field, because Brendan is like, Virat. Stands up there, runs out there, gives his body. He likes that energy, and Virat is a very combative cricketer himself. He's modelled himself on players like Brendan. Yeah. So, he'll be very loath to drop him if he can find some way to keep him.
Here's the problem. Now they don't have a keeper, because if they play Parthiv on top, that means, and if you can't drop Manan after this innings, which means you're opening with Baz and Parthiv. You then play Manan at 3, Virat at 4, AB comes at 5, Mandeep comes at 6, Grandhomme comes at 7.
Yeah, and also
then you have only 5 bowlers. So then they're a bowler shot.
Right, they're a bowler shot.
I tell you, the RCB 11 decision. I told you this. We're going to make a 3-hour movie after this about the RCB 11. It's just.
And it's so sad that we're having this discussion after they've won.
Yeah, I was just saying, because they've won without AB, and AB has to come into the next game. So it's almost like a problem of plenty that they're having right now. But then again, a problem of plenty is better than having a problem of bare cupboards. So that's what the story is. Well, okay, so let's see what has happened to the points table after today's game. Remember, both teams were on 2 and 5. That's 2 wins and 5 losses when this game started. RCB jumped up, and because of that, they are now in 5th position and properly challenging for a playoff spot. This IPL is absolute insanity. On one day, you're saying a team doesn't have an ice cube's chance in hell. On the other day, you're saying, wow, look at them, they're straight in the mix. For Mumbai Indians, along with Delhi Daredevils, 2 and 6, that is something from which recovery, Zach, is really looking very dismal for both Mumbai and Delhi.
Well, I think all the five teams have got a great chance.